What's up guys, Jeremiah here, bringing you a brand new video for today, and today's videos, as you can see, is the AOR German highlights here. Now once again I do apologise for the delay in these videos. I've mentioned this in my Hungary highlights. I do struggle to sort of make consistent content, but when I do make videos I try and make them the best of my ability, so hopefully you enjoy this video today. And also a quick mention, I want to say a huge thank you for support on the Hungary highlights. I'm glad that the response was positive, and hopefully I can continue throughout the season. And so yeah, the German Grand Prix, Hockenheim, a track that I actually don't like at all really. I was always a massive Nürburgring fan. I think people who played at F1 2011 and 2013 will know the Nürburgring layout. It's just such a technical, undulating, challenging circuit. Meanwhile, on this track, it's just, I don't know, the first sector's a bit, turn one's a bit sketchy, you got the massive DRS straight. It's a bit artificial, the racing, when you close up by about 20 mile an hour. Middle and last sector's not that technical, so it's just, I don't know. It's not a Russia or Mexico, but it's in terms of awfulness, but nevertheless it provides good racing, it's not too bad. So yeah, let's get straight to qualifying. So here we are in qualifying on the yellow wall soft compound tyre. The tyre location for the Hockenheim Grand Prix was the super soft, the red wall, soft and the medium. And throughout the practice sessions it was fundamentally clear that the tyre glitch is real around here. Basically, if you qualify on the soft compound tyre rather than the super softs, the hard compound tyre, you get better tyre degradation on all compounds, including wet tyres in the race, which is just phenomenal. Cheers Cody's for that. It's providing great racing and very rewarding, but thankfully this has been patched for the Singapore Grand Prix, and you should be seeing those highlights in about, I don't know, it's probably 3 years time, knowing me. So qualifying, car length, 100 metre board, very tricky turn one. It's so easy to cut and extend, especially when you're under pressure doing 160 miles an hour through there. Turn 2, braking very nicely there. It's a critical call on this, because if you get poor traction it kills a lot. And we get through that nicely. 16.3 first, which is positive. 10 for my PB, so again in these qualifying sessions it's not, you just gotta get the lap in really, and a lot of people do choke on their laps. And from what I've learned really is just find the apexes and just the confidence builds, and you should be able to get a good lap in if you hook it up. The hairpin very good, getting good traction. Now in towards this very tricky braking zone. Very easy to snatch a wheel and lock up. Slight correction on the entry there. Don't want to cut the corner. Bring on to the left hand side, but avoid that curve on the left. Slight lift. So you don't want to take that flat up, you just can't on these 2016 cars. Snowy's the fastest man at 15.1, but we're absolutely flying that middle sector. Fast man of anyone. And then towards this last sector now, where the 8.7 wings should, make the car come alive in these slow speed corners. Slight back end. Back end dancing about a bit there. Second to last corner, getting a very late apex. Slight lift on entry to get the thing rotated to last corner. Around towards the line now, and it should be provisional pole. It most certainly is. A 1.14.3. Currently half a second faster than Ciaru. Provisionally anyway. But yeah, I was really happy with that lap. You may have already seen that because I uploaded it on a separate video, but yeah, 100% clean. Only a 10 for my PB. Certainly up there, one of my best laps of the season, up there with China and Bahrain. So that's qualifying, that's my session over, so let's head back into the garage and see where we are in terms of standings. So looking at the standings now, we are currently on provisional pole, 10 quicker than Ciara. Ciara improved on his second lap, which is pretty impressive. Hamilton, our teammate, in third. And we've got drivers on track now who could challenge for our pole position. Cupid, and one of them absolutely is a huge, enormous snap of oversteer, and that very tricky high speed corner. I said you can't take it flat. I don't know if he tried to take it flat, but yeah, I don't know how he managed to get his car pointing in the right direction, but that's his first lap gone. However, he can improve that second lap, as Ciaru has demonstrated a 14. I can't even see that, the graphics are awful on my screen right now, but so yeah, currently on provisional pole, looking good. Cupid's flying that first sector, middle sector not looking too great. Looks like the grip's starting to fall away. A lot of correction on the steering wheel entrance to the second last corner. And this could be crucial if we can get ahead of Cupid, because he's looking pretty fast. 14.7, 5th on the grid. But he has joined the train, the inevitable slipstream train. Up there with Flying Finn. I'm sure he'll be pretty happy with that. A good recovery from Cupid there. So with 4 minutes to go, we've got drivers on super softs. There's always one. There's always one that just doesn't give a fuck about the tyre glitch. So could be vulnerable towards the end of the qualifying session. Here we are, a few minutes to go. We're currently in P1, but as I said, There's drivers who are out there on super soft Snowdor. The man who has scored 0 points has decided, I want pole position and a fuck ton of deg. So he's the fastest man in the first sector with 16.1. And I really wanted pole, but this guy, I mean, he just doesn't give a fuck. He's the quickest man at 81 that middle sector. Like, it's all about the 1 mile pace with Snowy. We are witnessing the protege Broja 96 right here. He's absolutely flying in that middle sector, flicking left and right. He's lost the back end, but I think he just recovered that. A lot of understeer in that last corner. If he drives towards line now, this could be crucial if he can get pole position. And no, he misses out. Second on the grid. We've got a car between ourselves and Ciaru, which is just huge. That is perfect for us. Snowdor chokes in that sector 3. He will be fuming, but front row start for him. I'm sure he will have a good opportunity to score points regardless of the tire glitch, because there is a threat of rain in the race. Only one man can improve now. We're currently still in P1, looking for our second pole position in Season 12 Championship. However, Reversal has set an absolutely an unbelievable first sector, quarter of a second faster than me in 2 corners. I mean, he's quicker than Snowy in that middle sector on the soft tyre. Quickest man in the speed trap as well. I mean, what can I say? Driving God. And he's done a Snowy though. Clipped the curb on the exit of the third to last corner. And okay, that's cheers Cody's for abruptly ending the majestic lap of AOR Reversal. He goes past us. Pole position for AOR Reversal. His first pole in AOR, a 14.0 on the soft tyre. Incredible lap from the Welshman. But I don't know if there's a few drivers left to improve, I'm not sure, but anywho, let's see how the grid lines up. As we saw at the end of the session, AOR Reversal stamps his authority and takes pole position by about 3/10 of a second, using the slipstream with his teammate to good effect. Yeah, we managed to secure a front row start, which was the goal. It should be a really interesting race with Snowdor on the super soft tyres. He'll be a huge threat at the start of the race on the soft compound tyres. And we've got championship contenders like CRU flying Finn Cupid at the sharp end as well. With CR Hamilton, my teammate, shout out to him, out qualifying the championship leader. We've got 2 Hasses of Limitless, Lucky Dog, Leobot completing a top 10. So yeah, it should be a pretty interesting race. You know, cars in close proximity. We've got the threat of rain for the race as well. Championship contenders at the sharp end. It should be pretty interesting. So yeah, let's go to the grid. So we are moments away now from the German Grand Prix from starting, pointing our car towards the left hand side to get onto that race line as soon as possible. We get a pretty decent launch, sliding to the slipstream with AOR Reversal. Thankfully Snowdon or Super Soft Tire does not get a fantastic start into turn 1 and nice and clean. Looking into our left hand mirror, Snowdon ran extremely wide, which is pretty critical as we got no pressure from behind now. That was the worry of Snowdon or Super Soft Tires. Looks like he's made a mistake bunching up the field. And now we can focus purely on attacking AOR Reversal. His first pole position, he's going to be a little bit under pressure when we attack him down the back straight. We'll try 200 miles an hour with full race fuel. This is going to be a very tricky braking zone. You need a lot of confidence. You want to make this stick around the outside. He's hugging the inside line, gives us just enough good space on the outside, getting that traction. Reversal getting pinched on the apex. We managed to get into first place. Rather unfamiliar territory right here. Into first place in clear air. This is exactly what I wanted. This is absolutely perfect. I thought my race pace on slick tyres was very, very good. I think it's been good all season. It's just a case of getting the car hooked up and just the mentality, really getting that confidence. And right now I'm feeling very, very good. Reversal was looking extremely quick in practice, so it was critical really to just get the hammer down. I knew he'd be under pressure starting on the front. He's slightly inexperienced to start right at the sharp end, but it looks like he's hanging on pretty nicely there. And heading towards the second lap now. Critical second lap as the DRS comes into effect. And like I said at the start of the video, that DRS straight is enormous. And we know the slipstream on this game is pretty powerful, so drivers like AOR Reversal will easily be able to keep up with me, regardless of pace, because they have that consistency and experience. Here we are into lap 2 now. As you can see on the minimap, me and Reversal have got quite a commanding lead at the moment. I think the instant down towards turn 1, a little bit of battling, has enabled us to pull away as we've cut the last corner quite horrifically. Basically what happened there is, I don't know if ever Xbox uses stuff like this, but I get a lot of frame rates. The frame rates drop basically, which basically means my screen starts like skipping. It's difficult to judge turning points and braking points and acceleration points when your screen's skipping everywhere, but
we've got 2 warnings in 2 corners on lap 3. One more warning, we got a penalty for 3 seconds. So yeah, that was quite unsettling, but now we've got to focus on AOR reversal. He blast passes with the DRS. Pointless really defending that. I don't understand why people battle so much. The DRS is very, very powerful around here, and you know, reversal's got some serious pace, so it's pointless really, you know, having the desperation of defending really. Especially when we've got a nice gap towards third place, like Flying Finn, Ciaro getting held up quite badly. I don't know if you saw, but the rain is starting to come down. Jeff predicted the rain would come in 20 minutes, and it's come in 5, so phenomenal, accurate work there, Jeff. Cheers. Could have qualified on super softs, but it is what it is. And in these conditions, when it starts raining, you really got to try and assess how the track is, you know, evolving really. As we see our reversal missing that apex by country mile, the track is constantly changing, therefore the braking points are changing, therefore the turning points are changing. So it's critical to sort of keep that in mind to avoid making mistakes in these tricky conditions. And towards lap 5 now, and see look at the traction, it's very, very poor. Keeping an eye on that throttle application, it's very, very tough. 4 seconds down the middle sector alone on this, and it's at a 17.1, which is really poor pace. And at this point I made a decision to pit at the end of this lap. And as you can see, the water droplets coming on the screen now, so it's really, really tricky conditions. But we know this game down at weather is very, very tricky to sort of judge that getting the tyres absolutely spot on. Throughout the season I think we've been caught out massively by this. But at the moment we're going to play it quite safe, pit for the intermediates. As we see the split times here, AOR reversal, if you saw that, he was 3 seconds slower in that middle sector in comparison to his first lap. So the grip is falling. So I thought immediately, like, done deal, game over. Like, surely the following lap he'll be a lot slower. I made the right call here. The DRS has been disabled. As we see going towards turn 1, he's actually managed to extend his lead on slick tyres. The intermediates at this stage were just not working. It was unbelievable. Like, the car was like almost undrivable. It was bizarre. And the fact he's managed to pull away despite being 3 seconds slow at the start of a race on the slick tyres is quite phenomenal really. It's something that I'm not particularly happy with this game. I think the dynamic weather is a bit... I'm not going to moan about the game too much because I feel I'm not driving very well at the moment, but yeah, I think it's a case that both tyres just don't work. I don't know if it's just a case of just waiting to start aquaplane to pit, but and oh, come on, that's poor. Really poor. And yeah, we're really struggling in these conditions, not just in terms of, you know, the tyres and calling out the game, but I'm just struggling in general. Finn's on the same tyres and he's absolutely whoring the back of me. AOR reversals storming away, so we've really got to adapt to these conditions as soon as possible. Heading towards lap 9 now. Look at the lead of reversals got. He is absolutely on it today. And Flying Finn, I actually basically let him through at this point. Basically, I was just lost at this point, just really struggling with confidence. I felt like Rosberg at Monaco, just lost, to be honest. So I let Finn through, and at this point, I was not concerned at all about, you know, the points, you know, the championship. At this point, I was thinking, right, Finn, where's the turning points? Where's the braking points? Because at the moment, in these greasy conditions, I am really struggling. So yeah, not looking good at the moment. Let's see if we can improve. So we're on lap 22 now. As you can see, the conditions are a lot more treacherous, a lot more standing water on the circuit, and you know, I prefer these conditions a lot more to the greasy conditions at the start. Still got keeping Finn honest. Reversal still got a commanding lead with Ciaro in 4th place. 6 skills unfortunately disconnected, so his car's now turned into an AI car. Hopefully he can get back in as soon as possible. But that's oh, it's AOR reversal, the race leader. AOR reversal has left the session. Unbelievable scenes. The man who has dominated this race is out, and he can get back in obviously with the new system. Flying Finn's out, the 2 race leaders. The man who's leading the race, the man who's leading the championship are both currently not driving their cars. They're out. Disconnections, and I thought, okay, am I going to disconnect now? Because I've never seen, you know, 2 cars disconnect so quickly in a race before. Felt like being on F1 2013 again, but unbelievable. As you can see, it's just an absolute gift. They do have an opportunity to get back in with a new system that Comas has implemented. So there we go, Finn. Immediate. I've never seen someone rejoin so quick in my life. Apparently got a game invite from HCR Cupid, which was nice of him, but obviously, you know, they can obviously get back in their cars and take control, but they're going to lose a lot of time. They've got to go through the loading screens, etc, etc. But at the moment we're in second place. Reversal, as you said, thankfully Reversal and Finn got back into the session. And as I say, and Jeff actually got on the radio there, I don't know if you heard that, I don't know if the gaming volume's gone through, but he advised us to go onto the wet tyres now. Heavy rain was falling, so it must be so tricky for Reversal and Finn, you know, they've just got back into there we go, Reversal's taking control of this guy, he's already losing the back end. They have to adapt to these conditions, and I don't know if they got the call to change to wet tyres, but yeah, unbelievable, and you see again that a huge advantage on Finn. But thankfully these two got back into the session, but at this point I felt slightly guilty, to be honest. I didn't feel that I earned this position to be, you know, right on Reversal's tail. And I actually planned to negate the advantage that I gained on this straight. And you're going to see here, Reversal losing the back end there, but we're going to pull over and give Finn the position back. And give back Reversal his advantage he earned, and give Finn his position that he earned. People may turn around and say, "What are you doing? Do you want to win this championship? Do you want to win races?" But for sure, I take it very seriously. I think anyone who knows me takes league racing extremely seriously. You know, I've come here not to take part, but to finish at the front. But yeah, I feel these two deserve their positions. Obviously, if they made mistakes, obviously if their control is disconnected or wheels disconnect, yeah, I'm not gonna let them free. That's their problem. But situations like disconnections, you know, it's out of their hands. There's not much they can do about it, and yeah, I've been on the receiving end of that many times, as of us, and it's not nice. So we get back to the position. We're still in the race. The man who has gained the most though is, look at this Ciaru in fourth. He's not going to back off by 3 seconds. He didn't gain any track position. He didn't gain any position. So this Ciaru has paid off handsomely for him. As we're going to go into the pits now. Reversal carried on for another lap, which is interesting, but as we said, we're going to go onto the wet tyres as Jeff advised us to. We can see the track conditions getting worse and worse, so logically we shall go onto the compound that suits these conditions, which according to Jeff and visually is the wet tyre. So we're going to come out in... we actually came out in front of Finn. We jumped Finn in the pits. Reversal carried on for another lap, so potentially, if the track conditions get worse and worse, Finn on Reversal on his intermediates, we could jump them. As we've got a Renault right on our tail. I thought this was Burnout F1, but it's Ciaru, the man who pitted behind us. He's on intermediates. So we made our scheduled stops. I pitted for wets, but Ciaru chose to go onto another set of intermediates despite the heavy rain falling. And at this point I was like, what? What's going on? Why would he pit for intermediates when it's heavy rain? Why would he pit for intermediates when Jeff's been on the radio advising to go onto the wet tyres? And yeah, at this point I was slightly concerned because look how much he's pulled away by a second and 2 corners. So the conditions at the moment don't suit the wet tyres. But obviously if the heavy rain is continuously falling, surely they'll have to pit again. So it's all about how far they can pull away. Obviously pit stops at 18 seconds, I wasn't that concerned, but look at this. This is the end of lap, he's gained like 2 or 3 seconds in 2 sectors. So even if the track conditions change, they can gain a pit stop on us. And that is TRL Limitless in 3rd place now, and he's on intermediates as well. Like, excuse me Jeff, you told me to pit for wets, and they're like 3 seconds slower. Okay, thanks very much. And look at this, Reversal's come out even further ahead of us, despite being on intermediate, so these wet tyres are just not working. And again, just going back to what I said earlier on, the intermediate conditions, it's just, like, there's heavy rain, it's visually getting wetter, Jeff's on the radio piping up saying pit for wets, and now I'm like 3 seconds slow in the intermediate conditions, despite being more standing water on the circuit. Okay. You know, obviously, you know, these 3 in front have obviously identified that the pace wasn't falling on those intermediates initially, but surely me and Finn have made a good call here in terms of anticipation, anticipating that the track conditions will suit these wet tyres, anticipating that more water on the circuit tends to mean wet tyres in these situations, but no, this is Co-Masters. This is their logic. It's just unbelievable. But there was a little bit of hope that, you know, maybe, you know, in 1 or 2 laps, the wet tyres would suit these conditions, but no, lap 31, and they're off the mini-map. We're in P4. Luckily, Flying Finn pitted for wets as well, but it's just, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's heavy rain. These wet tyres just aren't working. And we saw in previous races, you know, it only takes 1 or 2 laps of, you know, for the tyres to change. We saw with China 2 laps of light rain, it was intermediates. 2 laps of rain in Austria, it was intermediates. But now we're in a 8th lap of heavy rain, it's still intermediate territory. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. That's league racing for you. And currently on lap 31, we have got the Flying Finn, the championship leader, on our tail. Crucially, he's on the wet tyres as well, so he's in the same boat as us. But the weird thing is, like, on these wet tyres, the car felt okay, and crucially, the temperature range, the tyre temperatures, were the optimal temperature range for these conditions. That makes no sense. If we're 3 seconds slow on the intermediates, surely that means there's not enough water to sort of keep them in the optimal temperature range. Surely that means they're going to be overheating, but no, apparently they're perfect, they're perfectly fine apparently, but yeah, I'm salty, okay, I'm mourning too much, but it's one of those things, But at the moment, I forgot about that really, just purely focusing on defending from the Flying Finn, who was very early on the brakes at the hairpin. That was a huge factor in this battle, is he was so cautious under braking. He does struggle a lot with his pedal, apparently he told me, but it's a bit weird considering he's taken numerous pole positions, numerous race victories, but he's that sort of tentative under braking. I don't know. But, it's heavy wet conditions on a very strange set of wet tyres. As you can see, the top 3 have gone. We've got a pack of 4 cars hunting us down intermediates, and this is a crucial traction zone here. One of the most crucial corners of the championship. If we want any hope of winning this championship, we have to beat the Flying Finn. We decide to hug the racing line, we're going to open the door, but you're probably thinking, why would you do that? But there's more grip on his outside line. Again, he brakes very early, but we've broken late, got a very serious understeer. We're now side by side in the traction zone. It's a battle of bravery and confidence in these conditions. We managed to get back that 4th place in that traction zone. Again, just sticking to that racing line. Yes, we opened the door, but we managed to secure that racing line where there's more grip. Having that traction on the outside line. Finn pinched on the apex. It means we managed to straighten out the steering wheel, apply the 750 horsepower down, and cement 4th place. Came towards his last step then, not taking too much risks. Hitting those apexes, not defending, don't need to hit the defensive lines because it just compromises your corner entry. But following corner, Siaru takes his 2nd AOR Season 12 victory. Fantastic job from the Renault driver. Reversal in 2nd place. Tiago Limas back on the podium 3rd. And on the wet tyres, struggling around the last corner, we managed to beat the Flying Finn. And I was actually pretty happy, to be honest. I sort of got over the fact, we got caught out in these weather conditions. We managed to beat the championship leader, the Flying Finn. But yeah, it could have been a lot more, I think. Similar situation to Hungary. But nevertheless, the form's looking good. 1st in Silverstone, 3rd in Hungary, and 4th in Germany. So hopefully you enjoyed the highlights. Again, I do apologise for the lack of sort of uploads recently. Like I said, when I do upload, I try and make them as entertaining as possible. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for the support, and I'll catch you guys for the Belgium Grand Prix.